Many years ago I met a gentleman from the Campbellton region who was a big historian on the Montreal Maroons. He talked about the various defunct NHL teams. Some of them came back in other incarnations, such as the Philadelphia Quakers later on, another team in Philadelphia, the Flyers. Montreal, obviously, Maroons never came back, but he always thought that Pittsburgh would get Major League Hockey again, 1967, he proved it. But he said when he started researching the Maroons back in the day, he always said there's a link between the Maroons and the Pittsburgh Pirates, because with these defunct teams of the 1920s and 30s, they had fan bases that never stopped taking up for their teams. So today we're going to be talking about the hockey Pittsburgh Pirates, a very important squad in the NHL from 1925 to 1930. The nickname, of course, comes from the baseball team, which was also based in the city. For the 31 season, again, the team moved to Philadelphia and became the Quakers. Now, the Pittsburgh Pirates are traced back to the Pittsburgh Yellow Jackets of the old U.S. Amateur Hockey Association. The Yellow Jackets owner was Roy Schooley, a former referee. Even though the team won the league title in 24-25, Schooley encountered financial problems. His team was then sold to attorney James Callahan. Pittsburgh was then granted a franchise by the NHL on November 7, 25. The move came after Eddie Livingston, the former owner of the Toronto Shamrocks and the Toronto Blue Shirts of the NHA, saw Pittsburgh as a possible member for a proposed rival league to the NHL. Pittsburgh had, in the 1890s, became the first metropolitan area to professionalize the game of ice hockey. In order to thwart the new league, Frank Calder, league president of the NHL, negotiated to put a franchise in Pittsburgh, which became the seventh team to join the NHL, as well as the league's third U.S.-based squad. Callahan then renamed his team the Pittsburgh Pirates after he received permission from Barney Dreyfuss, the owner of the Pittsburgh Pirates baseball team. Now, the Pirates were assigned to what would later be called the NHL's American Division, with the Bruins and the Americans. These two franchises were the only other American teams in the NHL at the time. Now, the Duquesne Gardens, located in the city's Oakland neighborhood, served as the team's home arena. The Pirates, dubbed the Mighty Steel City Sextet in the Pittsburgh press, were mostly leftovers from the former Pittsburgh Yellow Jackets. 10 former Yellow Jacket players would play for the Pirates. Now, the Pirates began play during the 26th season, and November 26-25, which was Thanksgiving night in the States, the Pirates defeated the Bruins 2-1 on the road in their first ever NHL game, which was held at the Boston Arena. Now, defenseman captain Lionel Conacher scored Pittsburgh's first ever NHL goal. He bet goalie Charles Stewart at the 17:50 mark in the second to tie the game at 1-1. Pittsburgh's left winger Harold Dara notched Pittsburgh's first game-winning goal 9:20 into the third, while Pittsburgh goalie Roy Werthers stopped 26 of 27 shots to record the first NHL win in franchise and city history. Now, 2 nights later, in a stunning upset on the Montreal Canadiens, they blanked the Habs 1-0. The 1-0 loss to the Pirates marked the final game for legendary Canadiens goalie George Vezina. Vezina started the game with severe chest pains and left the game during the first intermission with a high fever. He died 4 months later from TB. Meanwhile, the first NHL game ever played in Pittsburgh was on December 20th, 25, in which 8,200 fans paid $1 each to see the 8:30 p.m. face-off at the Duquesne Gardens. The Pirates lost to the Americans that night in overtime 2-1, with Conacher scoring the lone goal for Pittsburgh in the second. Now, in 36 games, the Pirates posted an impressive opening season record of 19-6-1, third best in the association. With a .542 winning percentage, that first season would arguably be the team's best. During the playoffs, the Pirates faced the Maroons in the best of 3. However, the team lost the series to Montreal in 2 straight at home. The Maroons would then go on to win the 26th Stanley Cup crown. In the next season, the Pirates missed the playoffs after finishing 4th. The third season saw the team post a 19-17-8 record and earned a playoff spot. The playoff series will be based on a 2-game total goal series format. In the playoffs, the Pirates defeated by the Rangers 6-4. They lost 4-0 in Game 1 and won Game 2 4-2, but now could not overcome New York's lead in goals. This marked the second time the team lost in the first round to the eventual Stanley Cup champions. It also turned out to be the last playoff game in the Pirates' history. Now, in 28, Financial problems forced Callahan to sell the team to a group which included Bill Dwyer, an early Prohibition gangster and bootlegger, and Benny Leonard, a fight promoter and the ex-lightweight champion of the world, as his frontman. Despite the sale of the team, things did not improve on the ice for the Pirates. The squad's coach, Odie Cleghorn, left the team at the end of the 29th season to become a ref. Frank Frederickson was then named the team's coach. Another major change came with the team's uniforms, as the Pirates' color scheme changed to black and orange. Now, the 1930 season was their 5th year in the NHL, and would eventually be their last. The season saw the Pirates achieve their worst won-loss record with 5-36-4, and with the Wall Street crash of 29, followed by the Depression, the owners found themselves in financial difficulties. Attendance for games was down, and the owners tried selling off their star players in order to make ends meet. The squad was also $400,000 in debt by the end of the season, and in need of a replacement for their aging home rink. Now, on October 18, 1930, at the NHL Board of Governors meeting, Leonard moved the team across Pennsylvania to Philadelphia and renamed them the Quakers. However, Benny's intention was to return the team to Pittsburgh as soon as the new arena were built. 13 players from the Pirates were transferred to the Quakers after the franchise relocated, including Cliff Barton, Harold Dara, Herb Drury, Gord Fraser, Jim Jarvis, Jerry Lowry, Renison Manners, Johnny McKinnon, Hib Milks, Joe Miller, Roger Smith, and Tex White. Frank Rankerson was also transferred to the Quakers, but he was released by Philly 2 days later. The Quakers had a terrible record that year, 4-36-4 in the campaign. The team then received permission from the NHL on September 26, 31 to temporarily cease operations as he sought a new permanent arena located in either Pittsburgh or Philadelphia. Meanwhile, the poor economy was taking a toll on the league. The Great Depression devastated the NHL as 4 teams were forced to fold, leaving behind just 6 squads. When a new Pittsburgh arena failed to materialize, Leonard surrendered his franchise in 1936. As it turned out, a new arena in Pittsburgh would not be built in the Pittsburgh Civic Arena, opened in 1961. The NHL would play with 6 teams for 25 years before declining to expand. The expansion in 1967 brought the Penguins to the NHL and the city of Pittsburgh in the orange and black uniform Philadelphia Flyers of Philadelphia. The last active Pirates player was Cliff Barton, who played his final game in 1940. Now, the Pirates have left their mark in the NHL record books and NHL history with many firsts and other notable achievements. Now, Odie Cleghorn, the Pirates coach and occasional player for the first 4 years, was the first NHL coach to change his players on the fly. According to a December 21st, 25 article in the Pittsburgh Press, it describes how Cleghorn would change the forward line halfway through each period with another set of attackers, who would be played for 6 or 8 minutes. The first line would then come back on to finish the period. The defensemen were not changed. Cleghorn was also the first coach to use 3 set forward lines, which was a huge change from the standard, which was to simply leave the best players out for as long as possible. Now, the Pirates had an NHL record in salaries by signing defenseman Lionel Conacher to a 3-year deal worth $7,500 a campaign. Conacher was later named Canada's Athlete of the Half Century for 1900 and 1950. Now, on December 26, 26, the Pirates and New York Americans combined what still stands as the NHL record for most shots in one game. The 2 squads combined for 144 blasts in a 3-1 New York win. Roy Rogers made 70 saves for the Pirates, and Jake Forbes made 67 turn-asides for the Americans. The Pirates was also the first team in Pittsburgh to use the black and gold color scheme. An article dated December 21st, 1925 from the Pittsburgh Press referred to the Pirates as the black and gold. Now, the Pirates were also the first team, again, in Pittsburgh to use that scheme, basing their colors around the flag of Pittsburgh's colors. Decades after the team folded, the colors have been the team colors of all 3 of Pittsburgh's major sports squads. However, during the team's existence, they would only be the only team in the city with the colors, as the Pirates baseball team, like all other baseball teams at the time, had a more patriotic red, white, and blue color scheme and wouldn't adopt black and gold until 1948. Meanwhile, the Steelers of the NFL would not exist until 1933, 3 years after the team left town and 2 years after the franchise folded altogether. Now, the team not only borrowed the official city colors displayed on the seal, flag, fire hydrants, fire trucks, and police cruisers, but literally borrowed their first logos from the city. In 1925, the Pirates founder Oliver Callahan was researching new uniforms and logos for the team. He later called his brother, a Pittsburgh police officer, who provided him with old and surplus emblems, seals, and patches for the Pirates to wear, all of them in the official city colors of black and gold. Since Callahan's police officer brother provided used and surplus police wear to the team, the origin of the city's franchise use of black and gold originated with the Pittsburgh Police Department. Now, the Pirates would later have a connection with Pittsburgh's next NHL franchise, the Penguins. In January 1980, the Boston Bruins protested the NHL over the Penguins' proposed change in team colors from blue and light and dark shades and white to black and gold, colors present on the Penguins logo. The Penguins used the Pirates as an example of an NHL team, other than the Bruins that used the black and gold color scheme. In addition, black and gold was not even the Bruins' original color scheme, as they wore brown and gold, the color Bruins founder Charles Adams' first national grocery stores until 1934. The NHL allowed the Penguins to change their colors as a result of the Pirates using these colors. Now, the Pirates wore bright yellow wool jerseys with black trim stripes with a P on the front of their jerseys until 1926. The team used the Pittsburgh City crest emblems from older police jackets on the uniform sleeves. The first year jerseys appeared to have been inherited from the Pittsburgh Yellow Jackets' old jerseys. The Pirates featured new jerseys in 29 that were gold and blue striping. The word Pirates written in arc block lettering on the front. The city crest on the sleeves was replaced by a P. Now, in 1930, the Pirates switched to black and orange uniforms for the fifth and final campaign. The wool jerseys featured a chain knit logo of a pirate face with an eye patch and with a skull and crossbones. The jersey featured double striping on the sleeves and a diagonal background behind the crests. The orange and black remained when the Pirates moved across the state to become the Quakers, Philadelphia's first NHL team, adopting script lettering like the original Pirates uniforms. When the Philadelphia Flyers joined the NHL in '67, they adopted the orange and black colors, first worn by the Pirates and Quakers. Now, owners of the squad again included Callahan and Dwyer and Leonard. Head coaches were Claycorn and Fredrickson. Captains were Lionel Conacher, Harold Cotton, and Jerry Lowry. Hall of Famers, Cochran, Fredrickson, Mickey McKay, and Roy Werthers. Now, alumni at the 1920 Olympics in Antwerp, Fredrickson won a gold medal with the Canadian national squad, and Herb Drury won a silver medal with the Americans. At the 24 Olympics in Chamonix, Burt McCaffrey won a gold with the Canadian national hockey team, while Drury won a silver with the Americans. Season-by-season record: 1916-1, 15-26-3, 1917-8, 9-27-8, and 5-36-3. Final totals: 212 games played, 67-122-23, 157 points, 376 goals for, 519 against. Now, only one season there were the plus minus. That was the positive plus minus the first season, plus 12, and again, he lost in the semifinals to Montreal and lost in the semifinals to New York in 28. So that's the interesting story, the Pittsburgh Pirates. A lot of tradition to go over, but all I know, every time I see a Pittsburgh Pirates logo, especially the 1970s, I used to think of the Pittsburgh Pirates hockey team. A very, very talented squad, and Lionel Conacher made that team internationally renowned. Lionel had every dedication to the Pirates. Thanks for listening, and keep your stick on the ice. Bye.